On this episode of the Chef's Domain,
Now we're on to blood sausage.
a chef is going head over
I heard
tail
you even use the tail.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing will go to waste.
and faces slim pickings for her feast.
Nothing.
But can she and her partner take the heat?
The best thing is that I'm with her 24/7. Worst thing is that I'm with her 24/7.
The prairie province of Saskatchewan is justifiably known as the world's breadbasket. Under a big sky, millions of acres of farmland are largely devoted to wheat, canola, and mustard seed. At the very center of this grower's paradise is Saskatoon. Divided by the South Saskatchewan River, this small city of 240,000 is ripe for the culinary big time. For a young chef like Christie Peters, it's a land of opportunity.
It's the perfect size city for me because it's like almost like underdeveloped. Like nothing has really happened here yet. I wanted to learn it in a bigger center and bring something back to Saskatoon. I believe in food sustainability.
A hometown girl, Christie went to the big city intent on a career as a runway fashion model. But all it took was one taste of the culinary life, and she was hooked.
I remember the first time I really tasted my food was when I was working at a restaurant. The chef gave me a piece of sushi and I ate it, and she said, "Well, what do you think?" And then did you notice that taste in there? And I just thought, taste? Like, I don't think I've ever tasted my food.
After training in prestigious restaurants across North America and Europe, Christie returned to Saskatoon with her partner Kyle Michael, where they opened the Hollows.
We were the first restaurant to do a bit more upscale, casual food in the area, which a lot of people didn't really think was a good idea.
Their new neighborhood of Riversdale was once the home to Saskatoon's Chinese immigrant community. It seemed to be an unlikely choice.
It was a Chinese restaurant. It's got a huge neon dragon sign on the front, neon all around that says licensed chop suey, which we kept because it's just cool. We kept a lot of things in here. Wooden, hand-painted glass lanterns, the cast iron table bases. We got a fully functioning kitchen.
Pioneers in the neighborhood's gentrification, Kyle and Christie knew they needed to be distinctive to draw people in.
We want to have an identity, and what we always go back to is the high quality, seasonal, and sustainable.
With that vision in mind, and to celebrate their first year of operation, Christie and Kyle have decided to create a snout-to-tail dinner for their patrons. Eating every part of the animal is not a menu staple in Saskatoon, yet.
I think people have seen it on TV or in bigger cities, maybe attended something in other places, and I think that they're just happy that it's happening here.
The Hollows menu is an uncomplicated selection of largely vegetarian dishes.
Lifesaver.
Throwing a snout-to-tail dinner is going to challenge her tiny kitchen staff of 3. The Hollows Autumn Feast wouldn't be possible without Happy Bug Farms and its owners Stefan Bertelson and Jamie Taylor.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Which one are we gonna take?
The biggest one, I think.
My cousin and her husband, they own this farm, and they want to grow vegetables and have a very sustainable way of living. So it's a perfect symbiotic relationship.
Here, for the past 8 months, Christie and Kyle have been feeding and raising their dinner's star attraction.
And I think we're one of the only restaurants in Saskatoon that we compost, we recycle, do pig slop.
So it's kind of like a full circle, because the pig is going to come back to the restaurant now. We decided that to honor the pig, we needed to do a meal dedicated to the pig. Show people how versatile it is.
You guys pretty excited for Monday?
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a bit of work, but it's gonna be worth it.
I heard you even use the tail.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing will go to waste. We will not waste any bit of the pig. All of it can be used, so that's the beauty of the animal. No.
Christie and Kyle have one objective in mind at this invitation-only event: to show their uninitiated customers that every bit of the animal, from snout to tail, tastes delicious.
So we'll start with the pig's head tureen.
Yeah, to the country style Terrine.
We are going to have sea buckthorn berries. They're something that's really special that comes from Saskatchewan. And so we are definitely going to use those in a very open, blatant way on the first course. And so I want to make a sauce out of beets and do kind of a blood splatter pattern on the plate. It'll be a delicious beet sauce.
Yeah.
I'm thinking some hemp seed bread just right along the middle of the table. There's a lot to do. It's only for 12 people, which I'm thinking is like a really good, that's why we made this menu so complicated, is because we want to like show what we can do. And I think that we'll be able to squeeze it in and it'll be fine.
Saskatchewan is a verdant prairie garden, covered naturally with wild edible plants.
We're looking for wild sage, rose hips, and if there's anything that's not too dry that we can grab for a little herb salad.
Foraging at the tail end of autumn, Christie needs to be ingenious.
The autumn is kind of more abrupt. There's not the long, drawn-out autumn. It just things frost, and you need to really take that into account. Oh, I found some rose hip. They taste almost like strawberry or something. I love to forage so much. It's something I wanted to incorporate into my career as a chef. I want to make like a rose hip jelly to put with the pig's head terrine. The time in the kitchen wouldn't be as good without the time out here. It gives it meaning to me, and I always learn something new every time I do it.
Garlic, onion, Christy?
Yeah. I need this. This is incredible. Can I take this? Is that sustainable?
Meanwhile, Chef Kyle has some ideas of his own.
Do we have a piece of honeycomb?
Do you wanted to grab some? Yeah.
Just like a little chunk?
Where was that last one?
Maybe we could just take this.
From prairie girl to big city fashion model turned international chef, Christie Peters is preparing to serve up a unique snout-to-tail feast. Along with her partner Kyle Michael, their hard work has now begun.
Right now I'm taking off the hind leg, and Christie's taking off the tenderloin. From that, we're going to take off the shoulder and remove the belly.
This is some nice skin here. I'm gonna try and do that cotticino sausage, which has the skin, and we're gonna braise it and grind it down, and then I'll also put some of this fat in with that sausage as well.
It's so good.
But the skin gives it just this really kind of crispy, sticky quality.
Yeah,
that's
unctuous.
really beautiful.
Butchering is a fine art, a culinary skill that requires years of practice to master.
I'm scared of the Quebecois guys I used to work with who taught me how to butcher the pig watching this. They're gonna laugh at me.
No, you're doing it good.
Dominic and JC, I'm sorry.
There's always someone better. One pig at a time, though, you know?
I never thought that I would be doing this 15 years ago, but as soon as I started cooking, I knew I was going to go as far as I could with it.
Not only is the Hollows producing its own meat at Happy Bug Farms, Christie and Kyle grow almost all of their own vegetables.
Oh yeah, it changes seasonally, so whatever's ready in the garden will change the menu to suit that. I was going to use kale for the dinner, but I might use the chard now just because the kale's obviously completely stripped down. The main challenge is definitely the long winter where there's no fresh things available. But also we have a root cellar now, so we're able to grow what we need and then store it in our root cellar to try and sustain us throughout the winter.
It was here in her grandmother's garden where Christie learned to be self-sufficient.
I honestly did not know how to garden until last year. The light wasn't right and all that. And then when I moved back here, my grandma was just getting older, so I helped her plant. She's always been a phenomenal gardener.
This past summer, with guidance from Happy Bug Farms, Christie started a permaculture garden of her own.
So it's only going to get more and more planted with different perennials and things that are going to take care of itself. These beets I'm keeping in the ground. I've heard that they get sweeter after they've stayed in the ground for a little bit of a frost. And then these ones are the shioga, or candy cane beet. These ones are nice too. So I'll take these.
While Christie unearths the beets that will accompany her blood sausage, Kyle heads upward for something even sweeter.
A young couple approached us to put a beehive on the roof of our restaurant, and they're like, "Well, can we pay you rent in some honey and honeycomb and beeswax?" I'm like, "That's like more than I could ask for, you know? Could we have a piece of honeycomb? Just like a little chunk?"
Where was that?
Maybe we could just take
With winter almost here, Kyle can't take too much honey. It's the bees' only source of food until spring.
We're gonna extract the honey out of that for our sea buckthorn honey mustard for the pig head tureen. So I'll take this downstairs. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Cool.
One thing Kyle and Christie can't grow themselves is hemp, one of the world's oldest cultivated crops. It was used for rope and cloth production, but was abandoned in Canada in the late 1930s due to its psychoactive ingredient, THC. Recently, low THC hemp was reintroduced to Saskatchewan. Christie is visiting Steve Gunther's farm to pick up some hemp for her feast.
Welcome here.
Yes, thank you. I think they're a beautiful thing and I want to use them. But they're also so rich in fatty acids and so rich in protein. I would normally use them in more of my vegetarian dishes, but this is a pig dinner, so it's a little bit more complicated.
So we're looking for ways to complement a meat diet with another high protein source.
Yeah, exactly. The hemp is a newer crop to Saskatchewan, and it's a really high protein crop that can feed people, and it's very important, so I'd like to support it.
So there's some greens in there, and that just hasn't been completely dried yet?
That's okay. That's the chef's touch that you don't know about. I want to use that. I like the green.
Oh, is that right?
It's like a sweet, fresh taste to it. This is awesome. I'm gonna put it in the bread.
Okay.
It's just I've never seen it so fresh and in the raw form.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Once the hemp seed is hulled, Christie will be able to use it in her sourdough bread. It's the kind of approach the Hollows restaurant is known for. But with this upcoming dinner, she's going to be experimenting on her customers and doesn't know how that is going to turn out.
This is all some things that I've been wanting to do for a while, and this is the time to test it.
Chefs Christie Peters and Kyle Michael at the Hollows restaurant are preparing a snout-to-tail feast for a clientele used to their largely vegetarian menu. One of Christie's special dishes will be a pig's head terrine, and she needs just the right sauce. Christie finds the ingredient she wants just outside Saskatoon.
Aren't they beautiful right now?
They're so beautiful, the color, and I can smell them already. I can't believe that something this tropical tasting grows native to Saskatchewan. It's just beautiful.
Brought from China to the Saskatchewan prairies in the 1970s, sea buckthorn berries are known as a superfruit because of their high vitamin and antioxidant content.
One of the things about sea buckthorn, you notice that when we tried to pick, they could burst.
I'm not worried. My vest already has pig blood on it from yesterday.
I was going to say. So what we try to do is cut as close to the stem as possible, like that. That's excellent. Because then the sunlight can get into the tree and you'll actually get more berries next year if you prune inside.
No, I think I got it. As close to the stem as possible.
Ooh. Good job.
Perfect.
Okay, well, I need more people to help me in harvest, so whenever you're available, that would be
I'd
terrific.
love to spend a day out here. It's beautiful. So I think that's great. If I can take them in this bin, that would be amazing. Fresh off the tree.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
Great.
In 4 hours, their dinner guests will be seated, but Christie wants to taste all 6 courses before the feast begins.
We have to test these dishes because we haven't done a lot of these before, because the Hollows right now has a really simplistic, casual menu.
This will be our first course, and it is the pig head country-style terrine with sea buckthorn honey mustard, the rose hip julet, and just a little forage salad.
With the clock ticking, Christie agonizes over the presentation of her first test plate.
It needs something.
It's too sectioned off.
Yeah, it's just like...
Let's try that right now.
Okay, Kyle is my partner 100%. I could never open my own restaurant alone. We really complement each other. Like, I'm very driven and very strict and no fun work all the time, and he is very I can trust his work. He's incredible in the kitchen, but he's also so much fun.
She like works very hard. She doesn't sleep. The best thing is that I'm with her 24/7, and the worst thing is that I'm with her 24/7.
With 6 courses and a wine pairing for each dish, Christie puts the final touches on the table setting.
I think it's going to be like gorgeous with all this reflection off the glassware, the ambiance.
Because we're not doing any sort of big pieces in the middle or the flowers. It's going to be candles and wine.
This looks amazing, Caitlin. I love it.
Good.
So like that and like that. I think we need a lot less soup in the bowl. So now we're on to blood sausage.
Yep.
To sit down and eat the whole dish as the customer will eat it, you learn so much about the dish. So the guests are about to arrive, and I feel like we're ready.
The Hollows regulars have come to expect an a la carte menu in a casual but funky atmosphere. But with this 6-course dinner, the young chefs are veering away from the norm.
This is like super fancy. It's pretty cool, you know?
I'm always nervous before I do anything, and I think if I wasn't nervous, then that would be a little bit worrisome. I can't relax until it's done.
Saskatoon-based chefs Christie and Kyle are serving a snout-to-tail dinner at their year-old restaurant, The Hollows. They don't know how their customers will react to this radically new approach to their menu.
Okay, so the first course, I thought that we would have to start with the head. So this is a pig's head terrine with pistachios and apricots. It also has a little bit of the liver in it. The mustard is a sea buckthorn honey mustard, so please enjoy it. Oh, the bread, you guys, the bread.
What?
The bread.
Nice chair. Beautiful hemp seed sourdough.
You want to carry me out?
Yep.
Also, I've got some bread to go with the terrine. I almost forgot. It's made with hemp seeds.
Christie had to come up with a side dish to serve with the hemp seed loaves.
We just took some of the pork fat that was rendered down and whipped it with a little bit of honey and a little bit of bacon fat to give it that smokiness, and piped it out, and it turned out great. Second course is the belly. So it's a little piece of pork belly. It's very small because it's so intensely rich. Okay, great.
That's amazing.
These plates are new. Do sausage, then chanterelles, then figs. I love it.
It's October, Halloween.
It's just nice beet sauce that's seasoned up with a little bit of salt, and it's just really pure beet essence, really. And that's splattered across the plate of the blood sausage course.
It's like Dexter.
Yes. That's exactly the look I was going for. The blood splatter look, but the sauce is actually beet sauce from beets from my grandma's garden. So no fear of that. And then this is actually the blood sausage course because it is an extremely rare luxury that you get fresh, beautiful, organic pig's blood.
Thank you.
I'll drink to it.
Yeah, I'm happy.
There is more.
It was good. Yeah, these are like ground, like hamburger fried chicken.
See, this is the shoulder right here.
Tail.
It's like one of those meals where you have to put down your fork and you bite it.
You guys can grab these and go.
Yeah, parsley's good.
Block space. What did you say? Block space. And then,
Pork loin or tenderloin, which we have on the pig, but this we wanted to show that the shoulder is also a really good cut, a very flavorful cut, and it's more of a darker meat cut. We sous vide cooked it for 12 hours, so it's really, really nicely cooked.
Like so good too. Never had pork beluga at all. Good job. No, I actually
The highlight for me was that blood splatter thing. I was loving that. So I'm gonna definitely put a puree with splattering on the menu so I can do that every day.
That belly was so good.
The gamble has paid off. The Hollows restaurant patrons have been converted.
I think it went very well. I think everybody's very happy with the food.
Christie, Kyle, and Dylan.
You guys killed it, literally.
I'm very proud to be from Saskatoon. Saskatoon people are the best.